Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. It is local yarn store day. Oh my gosh, did you guys go out? I did. I didn't get a lot, which is quite surprising, but then again, I already have a fair amount, but I did get something that I think is absolutely wonderful. And I was also teasing yesterday about a project that I had to start. It literally woke me up in the middle of the night and it's like, you must cast this on. So not going to go ahead and belabor that. I will tell the story. Of course I will tell the story, but I wanted to at least show you the yarn. This is Malabrigo. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at the colors. You know I love that golden and just that beautiful. I've shown you this one in the past. This is Starry Night, and this is the Starry Night colorway. This is Metamorphosis collection from Malabrigo. Already wound up in cakes, ready to go. This is the 318 colorway, Starry Night, and this one is the 314 color, Corn Snake. And they are beautiful. Oh my gosh. Well, I have wondered what to do with this thing for quite some time. I have a friend that made the hitchhiker shawl with hers and sent me a picture of it. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous, no other way to put it. But I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with mine. And what I want to do is a crescent shawl. And I have, get this over here. I have this yarn. This is also Malabrigo. This is Malabrigo lace, and the color is Sunset. And they do have this colorway in different weights of yarn. This is the lace weight. They don't have a fingering weight. They have lace weight. They have DK. They have it across multiple of their brands of yarn. But there you go. So for me to make a fingering weight, 2 strands together. But my idea when I got this is for a crescent shawl, make the top of the shawl with this and going and using the bottom, the lace, the whatever, starting from the center and going out with that. And I wanted to use all of it, or as close as all of it as I possibly could. That was the goal. I couldn't come up with the pattern, couldn't think of a pattern right away. You know, I mean, hello, that's just what happens. And it hit me which one. And I was up from like 11:30, well, 11:30 to 12 is when I got out of bed and didn't go back to bed until 2:30. And then of course I had to add complexities on it, not just let's follow the pattern, because this particular pattern, they call it a shawl. It's not a shawl. This is the I don't know how to say it, by Beth Kling. It is a shawl and it is a paid for pattern on Ravelry. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So let's see if I can get other pictures. That is so pretty. And this one, when it originally came out, it came out in 2011. When it originally came out, it was only available as part of the Dream in Color. They had a club, like a monthly club, Dream in Color Squishy. And it was available for there. And they say this takes 450 yards. No, it takes more than that. It does take more than that. I know this. I made one years ago. I don't know what happened to it. I don't remember the color. I just know that I made one, and it is definitely more towards a long, skinny scarf, which isn't quite what I wanted, but you know, it is quite stunning. And it is the crescent shape. You can see that a little bit more. Let me pop up some other people's projects. You can see a little bit more in theirs. Here's one. Come on, pop up. And the way that it's, oh, she actually put some cables in hers, but you can see the way you can block it and everything in that curve. And you can see that lace detail that's going to go around the neck, a bit more elaborate in that particular picture. So that's, of course, what I was working on. You do the lace side to side, all the way around. And once you get that done, you pick up a bunch of stitches and then you go from there, right? And that's what I wanted, was something like that. So very, very excited. And the complexities, this one's really pretty. The complexity I added is, instead of just having that one piece of lace, you can see the design right there. I wanted to double that. I wanted that double wide, and I had to figure out how to do that. And here's my progress so far. Yeah, here we go. See, my lace yarn that I'm using double, look at that. You're like, I can't see it. I know. You have to you have to block lace. Come on. I just pulled that out just to show you. So of course my yarn is wrapped around the scarf. It's a skinny scarf right now. I mean, it is. So this is the sunset color. It's so pretty. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's gorgeous. Right now it's like a little headband. Like, see? Oh, yeah, now you can see it. But I wanted it double wide. This is as wide as it was supposed to be with the pattern. And you can see I succeeded and I got it double wide. It's doing it, right? So that is wonderful. And I am right now with this, the repeats, it says, you know, you're doing the repeat and everything. It's 16-row repeat to do the lace edging. You do that 21 times. Okay. And then you go back down and you narrow at the tip. See, you even started with right here. You started with pattern. Yeah, you did. And then I had to increase again to add a whole new row and section of those lace things. And when I pick up, I'm going to pick up with this yarn and I'm going to pick up along the edge here all the way around all those stitches, and then I'll finish how the pattern says to finish it. The other reason for me to do this, for one, I wanted it more than just like a little skinny scarf, because I do remember making it. I did run out of yarn and it was very thin. Is this right here. I'm making it wider, right? Just by that itself. And by using this to start it with, I should have plenty. This 440 yards here. The pattern says 450. Again, that's not correct. But with the other 440 yards, I should have enough to finish this. Yeah. Do you want to see what this looks like a little bit better? I have this tube, this magical tube. There's nothing magic about it. It's just a bunch of thin wires. This tube of blocking wires. You can hear it. So I've got that, and then I've got a couple, you know, this is a board of something that I can pin it to. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of stretch that out a little bit so you can get a better look at how that lace is going to lay. Because the whole thing about lace, it just, when it's blocked, it's amazing. And I really want you to be able to see this a little bit better than that. I am happy though, because look at that. So I've got a good amount already. And this one's easier for me to read. Yes, I'm working on size 5 needles and equivalent to fingering weight yarn because I'm doubling it. Yeah. All right, give me a moment, please. All right, I have this pinned out some, and the advantage of blocking wires for lace is the wires will give you a straight edge. They'll help you keep a straight edge, but they're also bendy so you can go around a curve, and you can see what I mean with this. So I wanted to do, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Here, let's just look at that for a moment. How beautiful is that? That right there is absolutely stunning. And that's the beauty that blocking will do, because you can see what it is down here. And yeah, it's pretty. You can tell it's beautiful. It's a great color, but you really get the effect with this. And this is what I was talking about by doing double that lace repeat. So when we see down here, this right here is the only part that was part of the pattern. This one single line right here that's kind of curving and going and bending, just this bottom curve, well, the top curve for that matter, just this top piece, that's all that was part of the pattern. I added this and I wanted it to kind of flow in with the pattern, which it does. So I did the increases like it told me to here, and you're doing this little wedge, this little triangle at the moment, and then you start doing this pattern back and forth across the stitches, and the stitches vary per round or per row, so that's fine. So once I finished that repeat, I had to figure out how I was going to add this one in, and it took me a few times. I'm not going to lie, it really did. Is it that hard to do? No, but it was like 1 o'clock in the morning or more than that, and yeah, I was out of it, because you increase on this up to 19 stitches. It's like, oh, okay, then I'll do the other one and I'll increase up to 19 stitches and then it'll match. No, because the 19 stitches includes the 2 edge stitches here and the 2 edge stitches here. So I didn't need to increase them. I didn't need to start at the same row. There were a few things I had to work out, but I think I did a really good job. That's going to be a beautiful curve. Truthfully, I wasn't 100% sure it was going to, you know, block like this, but it looks like it's going to block up beautifully. And just, you know what? Even if I wanted to keep it as just a scarf, that is a gorgeous pattern. I'm not going to keep it as just a scarf. I'm going to finish it. So the next thing I'm going to do is pick up stitches once I get this as big, as long as what the pattern says, like 21 repeats. So, you know, like that's a repeat. That's, you know, 21 of those going all the way up. That's what I need. And then once I do that, I'm going to come back and I'm going to pick up stitches all along this curved edge right here with this, and I'll continue to follow the pattern. And this has, you can see, it doesn't start completely in the gold. In the very center, you've got some white with black and the gold and everything. I think it's going to look great. Really hoping that it's going to look great, right? This is what I'm counting on. And I will be able to go ahead and use all of the yarn because you're finishing it off doing a 2x2 rib. That's what that last set of rows is. So I can make it as long as I have yarn. I can continue and get that wider as long as I've got yarn. And, you know, I think the first time I made this, it wasn't much wider than this. It really wasn't. It's a scarf. So I'm really hoping that this will be more towards the shawl or a wrap or something along that line than what my first one was. And then there's this gorgeous color. I mean, I could do either one. I could use either color. I'm not there yet to where I'm going to be adding on this next ball. So you guys can go ahead and you can tell me which one you would prefer. They did have one more of these at the yarn store that I could have purchased, just one, because this is a limited run. I do know that the Metamorphosis collection of the sock yarn is a limited run, and it's 100% merino wool superwash, 440 yards, 100 grams fingering weight yarn. That's what this is. So they did have one more of these. That's it. I didn't get it. I'm hoping I don't kick myself. And my reason for not getting, I got this one instead. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. The reason I didn't get it, and I was hemming and hawing on it, is the original pattern says 450 yards. I know that's not enough to do the original pattern, but I've got all of this in a different yarn that, you know, and granted, the pattern only called for this, so you can't count it as, oh, I'm using all the yarn, right? So I've got this much that I'm doing with a completely different yarn. That's saving yardage. So this should be enough to finish the shawl as written and probably add a few extra rows while I'm at it because I've got the full 440 yards. So that was my whole logic behind that. Hopefully it won't bite me in the backside. She did have two more of these. This is gorgeous. What do you think I should do with this? It took me long enough to figure out for the Starry Night. It really did. I'm loving this. My friend was saying, well, you going to make two of them? I could. I mean, it's not like I've not made doubles before, and this is just so pretty. And now that I understand what that curve, and you know, it's not 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just saying, that's not going to be a difficulty to do that. And I love the way that that works. And you can see what I'm thinking by that blocking wire. Yeah, you can see, don't poke your eye out. But how that just bends around and I've got it right there. And I don't have to have a pin in each little hole to get that semi-straight edge so you can at least see what it looks like. And this is a lot better way to display it and show it to you and show it to me for that matter, because I have not seen this on mine. I've seen the pictures that people have done online. Let's see. Let me see if I can, well, I touched my iPad in weird ways and now it doesn't want to play. No, come back. Come back. It really is me. No, it doesn't recognize me. I touched it wrong. All right, come on. I want to see the pictures again. We want to see pictures. So here we go. The last picture I had up was this person's. Okay, and you can see how that scarf just has the one row of that lace repeat going all the way around, and you can see how this one has the two. That's really going to make a big difference, and I think that's going to be lovely. I'm looking forward to it. This is a for me project, just for me. I just want to make it because I think it's pretty, and it came to me. It 100% came to me middle of the night, like, yes. And that was my whole intention today. Like I said, I did go to the yarn store, the local yarn store today. I have to go to the yarn store and support, right? So I went and I was looking at all sorts of things, and this one was calling to me. Okay, it's so gorgeous. This right here. Yeah, there you go. Right? You want to see those colors. So it would, it would match just as nicely. What do you think? I've got time. I have a little bit of time before I get to whichever one I'm going to use, because I've got 14 repeats done right now and I need the 21. So I do have a little time. Let me know, what color would you make? What color do you think I should make? Should I continue with the blue? That's what I bought it for. That was the whole envisioning. Or do I just throw the gorgeous blue Starry Night to the curb and go for, what is this thing called again? Corn snake. It sounds like a snake of a move, doesn't it? And it really does sound like a snake of a move. I'm like, oh, that's just really rude. But that is stunning. And one of the other reasons that I was thinking that maybe, oh, just dropped my ball of yarn, is we see this one. It does start with that golden right here and doesn't seem to have the white in the very center. This one, let me see if you can tell. Can you see that? So there, it does start with some white in there. I don't know how much. I don't know how many rows. I have no idea. I haven't tried to gut this. It's a beautiful cake. It is well put together, and I have not mangled it. I have not pet it so much that, you know, it's pulling out. Now it does start with the black, or it's not really black, but okay, it might be a black dot. It does have the black dots in it. That does look like black. And it ends here. You want to see how it ends. So it does end in that black also. You go to that midnight blue to the black. So it does have this. Oh, see, there we go. So it's got little spots of white. Oh, there, a little bit more. So you got that golden and the white and everything. That should be fine, right? And the only reason I'm asking, help me color geniuses out there, is we've got this whole thing is 100% golden. Is that going to look odd that it goes the white golden, then the golden, and then the golden with the black? Because I know it has black dots. I know it has the black dots. Is that going to look more odd? Or is this one going to be better that it goes golden and then it has, instead of the black dots, it's got red. It's got red speckles, kind of. Yeah. So I don't know. What do we think? Now that I've messed up my cake, it's been so pretty. I've had it on display, so nice, and it's been talking to me. And my collection of the sunset color yarn has been growing, since I do have the fuzzy mohair Surrey alpaca lace one also. And obviously I didn't want to do that. I could have done one strand of each, one strand of this lace and one strand of the fuzzy lace if I wanted to, which would be gorgeous and would feel amazing. But with that fuzz, I think that it would obstruct the pattern. And with the lace, I really wanted that lace to blossom and that lace to bloom. And I think I've achieved it. I think that is success right there. And that, and I was able to do the double, which I wanted to do also, to make the pattern that I wanted to make it work for me. You know, adapting. And sometimes when we adapt things, they work out really well. And sometimes when we try to adapt them, we're frogging them. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, I pulled it out a couple times. I had it all the way to where I was doing the actual repeat. Didn't like it. Didn't like the way the end was looking. It looked messy to me. I ripped the entire thing out, started again, tried to get that other piece in there, but I put those edge stitches in there. So you had... And I'm like, that's not going to go good. So right here at the center where one repeat ended, I had 2 stitches of garter stitch, 2 rows. You know, garter stitch would have been going all the way up here, 2 stitches of garter stitch. Yeah, that wasn't going to look good, right? You know, and another time I had that where it was that, but it was 4 stitches of garter stitch. I'm like, no, that's not what I need. I'm like, that's not going to make the lace pattern flow. That's not going to be pretty. So I was doing that, you know, well after midnight, playing with the yarn, working on this. It was super foggy out. It was a dark, dreary as it was, and I'm in here working on a lace yarn, and I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it. The yarn told me what it wanted to be, so there you had it, and I'm working with it, and that's spectacular. And you know I love these colors. I just wanted something special. And, you know, sometimes we can't wait for that something special. We should probably just use our yarn. But this one kind of clobbered me over the head. So that's where we're at. If you don't mind, let me know which one. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I'll have your answers and stuff, you know, your input before I get to that point anyway. So I'm excited to hear what you think and why. And we'll see. We will absolutely see. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.